Alright amigos, so I'm over here thinking to myself, what does Nintendo have to do for the NX and to succeed this time around for their next generation whenever they decide to release the NX? And you know, I was honestly brainstorming because I'm over here thinking about what the Wii U did wrong that made it actually fail. And like I said earlier, you know, I want to say this right away. I'm not saying that the Wii U itself as a console is a bad console. It's actually a fantastic console. It's going to be one of the best consoles this generation, in my opinion. But the thing is that I am not a Nintendo fanboy. I know, and I can tell you right away that the Nintendo fucked it up pretty damn bad when it comes to the Nintendo Wii U, okay? I'm gonna tell you that straight up, okay? There's no ifs, ands, or about it. The Wii U failed. It's a failure in terms of actual sales. Now, as itself as a console, it's a fantastic console. I'll take the Wii over the Wii any day. So I'm trying to think to myself, if Nintendo really wants to make a comeback when it comes to the home console and be the dominant market, what does Nintendo have to do? And you know, the one thing that I really stress for Nintendo right away is that Nintendo needs to stop being so stubborn with their Nintendo consoles. And what am I saying by that? And I apologize, I ended up hitting the microphone because I'm honestly really passionate about this because I like Nintendo. Honestly, I like Nintendo. I still enjoy Sony's products a little bit more than Nintendo, but Nintendo is honestly one of my favorite companies because they actually have a lot of games out there that I enjoy. But Nintendo, in my opinion, has to stop being so stubborn. Now, what am I saying by stubborn? I'm saying that Nintendo needs to stop thinking that they know that the old tradition of video gaming is the best way to keep carrying the tradition forward. And what I mean by that is, think about what the next gen ended up having. The Xbox One and the PS4. The PS4 and Xbox One are very, very social. Gaming is now a very social thing. I don't think Nintendo has realized how social gaming has become. Everybody now is a gamer pretty much nowadays. Everyone has done some kind of gaming nowadays. Back in the day when I was growing up, you know, when you were playing video games, you look like you look like the lame-o. You look like the kid that nobody wanted to hang out with. You look like, everybody assumed that gaming was more of a thing for little kids. You know, if you're an adult and you're a gamer, you are pretty much frowned upon. But nowadays, everybody and their mother has some sort of gaming system, whether it be a PS3 from last gen or a PS4 from this generation or an Xbox One or a gaming PC, their phones, tablets, 3DSs, whatever it is. Everyone has some sort of gaming device nowadays. It's a very big thing. The culture has adapted over time. But Nintendo, I don't feel like has adapted. They have not adapted to what people do nowadays with gaming. Nintendo's biggest problem nowadays is one of the biggest problems I want to say is the fact that Nintendo has very little support when it comes to online. Have you ever decided to play something on Nintendo's network? It's almost god-awful. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. With the exception of Mario Kart 8, Nintendo's online servers are just some of the worst servers I've ever had to deal with my whole entire life. You know, everyone goes like, yeah, but we don't get hacked. Well, who the fuck is there to actually hack? Motherfucker, there's only 10 million sales of the Wii U. Like, who's gonna hack the thing? All jokes aside, okay? All jokes aside, you know. The online is honestly not that good for Nintendo Wii U, and I think they need to have an improvement on it. And if they improve on it, I think that's going to drive Nintendo because, let's be honest, nowadays, a lot of people enjoy playing online. I like the feeling of being able to play with my friends across the world, not having to be side by side anymore, not having to be side by side to play split screen. I like having that feature. It's a very nice feature. Nintendo needs to, Nintendo themselves, I think, also need to give advertisement. Nintendo does not like advertising their products. And I feel like it comes back to Nintendo being stubborn once again. I think Nintendo likes to think to themselves that they're still the kings of video games. They're still like ruling the whole entire world because they had the best first-party titles. And in a sense, yes, the first-party titles are fantastic. If you look at all the software for Nintendo Wii U, I will firmly confirm to you guys and actually tell you that, the software's still killing it. Despite the fact Nintendo's Wii U has only sold like 11 million consoles as I make this video right now. There has been games that have been selling for the Wii U that I've made like 5 million. I don't really know what the highest selling Wii U game is right now, but I can tell you right now that I think it's Mario Kart 8 now that I think about it. I think Mario Kart 8 had like 4.8 million sales or something like that. The software, the first party titles, people still want them. There is an audience that still wants the games, but the thing is, the third party titles aren't there for Nintendo. And I feel like Nintendo's still being stubborn when it goes like turning the blind eye. Oh, we don't need a third-party audience, and then they still don't sell their consoles aren't selling very well. You know what I mean? I feel like Nintendo needs to. They need to have a little bit of advertising with everything that they have, instead of being very cocky with what feeling very cocky with what they actually have. Because some of the things that they have, yes, they're brand names like Zelda and Metroid and Mario with all the things that they got that everybody knows. But sometimes advertisement is key and helps out. For example, Nintendo does not like YouTube. They don't like Twitch. They don't like Ustream. They don't like anything like that. They don't like anything when it comes to streaming services or YouTube. Now, you gotta look at this in the Catch-22. The reason why I think Nintendo is messing up and the things that they're making very big mistakes on and not capitalizing is getting out there, letting people, let me advertise your product. Let me show off what your product can do. I feel like Nintendo restricts that very much because Nintendo, they go on YouTube and they flag videos right away, claim for copyright for just having the gameplay themselves. I've had copyright claims for Nintendo themselves when I had the Legend of Zelda playthroughs on my channel. Hell, even my highlight videos of the Wind Waker were even copyrighted because of apparently everything's there, because they have their own gameplay, which I get what they're trying to get at. But the thing is, here's the thing. There's a lot of games out there that have blown up just because it's shown off and advertised. And there's a lot of, products out there that have been shown off on stream and they've been advertised on YouTube and they pretty much make it big and they may drive up more sales. And you never know. Nintendo could have it with them, or maybe they could even have benefits of letting people actually stream their product. And more people who watch that product will be very interested in picking up that product, which brings word of mouth, which makes people want to buy that product even more, so everybody can enjoy everybody can enjoy the products that they have, the software that they have. Because at the end of the day, we all want to be happy, right? And I feel like Nintendo is restricting themselves from actually bringing more consoles to everybody's houses because they're not allowing people to actually advertise. The PS4 and the Xbox One, they have Twitch apps, they have YouTube apps, they have Ustream, they have Hitbox, all that stuff. They have all that stuff in their favor. And you notice that it's actually a big deal. Streaming is now a huge culture when it comes to gaming. And Nintendo has not given that culture any affiliation. And I feel that Nintendo needs to do that. Give the YouTubers, give the Twitch streamers, maybe not necessarily give them the right to do whatever the fuck they want, but give them the right to actually say, hey, show off this game. Show off this game for us. And, we're not gonna even mess with it. Just show off the game for us. I feel like they need to do that so more people can realize, oh, hey, this thing looks like fun. Or, hey, oh man, I didn't even know this game was out there. Oh, hey, look, Nintendo has that now? Okay, I'm gonna check that out. It just drives word of mouth and people will enjoy that. I think Nintendo needs to do that more often. And then also, like I said, back to the stubbornness. It all comes to Nintendo stubbornness. I honestly feel like Nintendo's Wii U, its failures, honestly has came to the stubbornness. Nintendo, do this favor for me, please. For once, come out with a kick-ass launch title. From the start, from the get-go. Come out swinging. Don't be going out slow like the tortoise and the hare, man, and be the tortoise. I want you to be the hare this time. I want you to come out fast and start swinging right away like the PS4 kind of did when they came out with all the hype for their system. And what I mean by that is, can you think about, the last time you ever can think about Nintendo actually having a really kick-ass launch title? Because I'm trying to think to myself, what has Nintendo came out with when the Wii came out? I think they came out with The Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess on launch title. And that's honestly all I can think about. That's all I think I can remember. GameCube, I think they came out with, I want to say, the Wind Waker, maybe? That's all I can think of. And I think the 64 came out with 2 games, which was Super Mario 64 and some jet thing, and I don't know, some jet ski thing I don't know about. Even though Mario 64 came out to be one of the greatest games of all time, that's not the point. They need to come out with more software titles from the launch date. You need to come out with the Zeldas. You need to come out with the Mario games. You need to come out with the Metroid games. You need to come out with the Star Foxes and the in the Super Smash Bros, which has been a rumor coming out in the internet lately. You know, you need to come out with that right away from the get-go to get people hyped up. You gotta have a reason for people to get hyped up. The loyals are going to buy your Nintendo system no matter what. It doesn't fucking matter, okay? The loyals who are diehard Nintendo fans that are going to buy your product just because it says fucking Nintendo on it, fuck those guys for a minute, okay? Those guys are gonna buy those regardless. It doesn't even matter. And I'm sorry if I'm saying that. Fuck you guys. I'm not saying fuck you guys in a minute. What I mean with that, Nintendo, fuck those guys for a minute, because those guys are gonna buy your product. It doesn't matter. They're gonna buy it just because it says Nintendo. Anything that says Nintendo, they're gonna buy it, okay? What I want Nintendo to do is that I want Nintendo to give a reason for new people to come in and actually buy your product, so you can actually expand your audience. And Nintendo doesn't do that very well. Well, at least for the Wii, it didn't do that very well. The Wii was a kick-ass. It was a kick-ass console because of its innovation, and a lot of people were, you know, it was a gimmick, but it was a good gimmick because people were actually pretty interested. It brought hype, right? The hype for the Wii was legit. You know, even though it was pretty much a dust collector, it was hype because people got interested because they were doing something brand new. I'm not saying Nintendo needs to bring something brand new to the table, like a new tablet controller or something like that. I think Nintendo just needs to come out with the old classic, hey, we're going to come out with the games right away. It doesn't even matter. Because at the end of the day, what are we doing? We're playing video games, right? Give me the video games that I want to play. And Nintendo needs to do that because Nintendo has been lacking with that. I don't want them to come out slow with the titles like they did last time, because they had a year start and they didn't come out with their games until 2 years later pretty much. And they need to do that right away. That's honestly the truth that Nintendo needs to do. They need to come out with that. And I feel that Nintendo also needs to bring back maybe the third parties back. Like, what I mean by that is bring the third party games that people want to play that are not, you know, the hardcore audience that want to play the third parties. I know a lot of people out there that go like, oh, we don't want those. Like, you know, that's stubborn. Like, that's ignorant. Don't. You want that because you want Nintendo to thrive. You want Nintendo to have the third party audience. You want them to have the Fallout 4s, and you want them to have the Call of Duty games, and you want them to have the Battlefield games. Do that, Nintendo. Do that, because you will bring a bigger audience to that, and you will attract them to have more fun with the first party games. Nintendo needs to do that. They need to attract third party games, and that's honestly all I can think about what the NX needs to do, so they can actually bring in a bigger audience. So that's really all I can think about. Let me know down in the comment sections below what you think Nintendo needs to do in order to have a better success with the next system that they come out with, because honestly that's what I think they need to come out with. Anyways guys, that's all I got for you guys tonight. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I am out. See you guys. Deuces.